flicks me a baggy. Oh, it's another one, yeah. It's a full run, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.
What's up, people? Fight fans.
Namaste.
Ricco.
Hola.
Our secret AI behind the scenes. We've got this ready. Thanks for joining me. I know you just got in straight from work. I've just been poolside all day, and yet here you are, rushing to my schedule. What a guy!
You're my guy, bro. Of course.
It's
the R and R hour. We need both R's to complete the hour.
You are the man. I mean, hardest working guy out there in boxing. Imagine that. Always got time for us. How are you anyway?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Glad to see you on holiday. We were actually speaking before the show started, and I was even saying to her, I was like, you're always in some other location. Like, there's always just that different. I'm always just here in this gaff, like, all the time. But yeah, no, I love the aesthetics, Ra. Ra's our correspondent. You know, all the flattery for me, but he's really in there in the streets.
Oh, it's beautiful here, Marrakesh. Yeah, got the sun out in the distance. You can see the Atlas Mountains. Yeah, great place.
Well,
I even checked out if there's professional boxing shows. Sure enough, there is a show on Saturday in a town called Essaouira on the coast. Unfortunately, I'm coming back on that day to go straight to Johnny Clark's show in Brentwood, but nevertheless, I'll bank that for future reference. Still got 2 days to get myself a Moroccan bride. Wish me luck, but if not, there'll be other trips here. So, yeah, but anyway, enough of that. What about the week in boxing? You know, we had all the drama of Saturday, which spilled over for days after between you and our beloved Trey. And by the way, you and Trey cool now? I don't like to see my friends fight.
It's not a fight. Sometimes in life, bro, you need education, bro. You just need that that verse. You know, you need to be shown and guided. I was the shepherd, and Trey, you know, is one of my flock, and I dedicate myself to my flock on a daily basis. So, you know, it was really great back and forth. It was a great debate. Big up my guy Trey, man. I have nothing but love for Trey. Trey knows I love him. But yeah, man, I schooled him, bro. Like it was a madness. It was like a 10-6 round. I don't even think they exist, but it was just 10-6, 10-6, 10-6, 10-6. You had our guy BNG just there eating ice cream. There's nothing he could do. Even his tag partner was like, I just want to eat this ice cream. Just, you know what I mean? They're just there, take it. So, yeah, man, great sports. I'd love to do it again. But obviously, going into tonight's discussions, also to the fans, please let's get some comments. Let's get some. We're gonna drop the link, obviously, in the next half hour. But yeah, you know, Riyadh season in America, courtesy of His Excellency Turki Alalshikh. He is the postman, right? He delivers and delivers and delivers, and he's just delivering excellence. You see, His Excellency delivers excellence, and that's the type of shit that I can get behind every day.
All these guys going out on about why are we calling another man excellency? You know, it's like
he's doing excellent shit. The shit he's doing is excellent.
What's the problem? The name fits. So yeah, so those are the two big bits of news this week. But let's rewind back a bit to last Saturday, the aftermath of it. I didn't get involved in all the shouty stuff. I ain't got the energy for it, especially when I'm not on. You know, I'm on holiday, man. You know, I'm chilling out. So, you know, I'm of the opinion that it's a tainted win. I've made this point to a few people, a few big names, even within the industry. So for those who want to say, "Oh, you fans, you don't know shit about boxing," fine, we don't. But even industry insiders have a split in their opinion. I'm of the opinion, if you sign for a championship level fight to make a certain weight, and then you deliberately don't make that weight, I think it's cheating. You know,
It is
I keep
cheating.
making this point on Twitter. Luis Neri did that a few years ago in Japan, yeah, against Yamanaka. And people saying, "Oh, well, it's just £3." Look, at that level, all the fighters will tell you the last 2 or 3
It
pounds
makes
is
so
what
much
kills
difference.
you. So if you have got down to the weight which you are physically at your peak, you're stronger, faster, fitter at that weight, and then you decide, I ain't going to take the last few pounds off, and then you wait to drop it on the day before the fight, it's cheating. I'll tell you why. People say, "Oh, well, Devin, he took the money, he knew what he was doing. Oh, it was up to him. He could have said no." Nah, I don't buy it. When you leave it that late with that much money involved, no way you telling me the fighter really has a choice. It's a choice, but it ain't really a choice. You know, the TV companies, the promoters would have said, "Look, there's this much money on the line. There's 12 other fighters on the card waiting to get paid. You know, you got all your sponsors, your this, your that. If you pull out over this, you know, you ain't going to get another big fight again for years, if ever. Yeah. You got to show you're about it. Look, take the fight." So I don't buy it that he had a choice. Nah, when it's that late in the day, you ain't really got a choice. And so it's effectively, like I said, it's effectively cheating. I
He did
think.
cheat.
And
He did
and
cheat.
that's why Neri got banned from fighting in Japan for pulling the same stunt. And it took Inoue's had to request that he's allowed in. And I think it's because Inoue wants to punish him for pulling that stunt before. But anyway,
Yeah, bro,
listen,
that's
I
not
don't want to.
honorable, bro. The Japanese
Of
are
course it
honorable
ain't.
people. These
Of course it
lot
ain't.
are, they invented samurais. So we've all seen the movies. Like, go watch this thing Shogun, bro. That shit is so fire.
Yeah.
Wish I could actually get some sponsorship from Disney for that. But yeah, incredible stuff. You know, he did cheat, Ra. This is my thing. Okay, this is my thing, and we're not moving. We're not changing the subject. We're not um diverting on anything. This is what it is, bro. They came in at a contracted weight of 140 pounds. Ryan's never ever fought at 140. Never fought at 140. He's always fought at catch weights for some weird reason. I don't know why. But he is acclimatized to fighting at that particular catch weight. So the fact that he was better hydrated than Haney, literally looked horrible on when they were doing the public workouts. He looked terrible. Scales, he looked terrible. You know, it's like I can understand why the fight went the way that it did. Like I absolutely get it. You know, yes, Ryan won, but what's you there's rules in boxing for a reason. And if you go in intentionally to break the rules, you know, to get a tainted win, it's like, what's the point of it all? Why didn't they just fight at a catch weight if it was going to be like that?
Yeah, exactly. And this. Yeah. Anyway, listen. I don't want to go over too much old ground because it has been talked about a lot. To try and turn it more positive. Like, where do they both go from here? I know you're not down with this one defeat and you're rubbish. I know you're not down with that. Nevertheless, with Devin, there'll be question marks. Not because he did anything wrong in this fight as such, but there'll be question marks, and I want to emphasise: question marks is not the same as dismissing a fighter. It's just question marks, meaning we got to have them answered, which is okay. A fighter will have question marks over them throughout their career. The questions might change, but there's always going to be questions until they retire. So with Devin, I think, he needs a good rest. No way can you say he's not nothing special after all, or he's finished at the top level. No, that's all bullshit. I think you'll agree with that. But what do you think? Do you think he should stay at 140, try and settle matters there?
I think they should come in at a catch weight, right? I think Devin should just leave 140, go straight up to 147, and just campaign there. Try and get undisputed. People are like, oh, he goes up there, he's gonna get killed. Like this, my main issue is with this loss, and I suppose yes, the 3 knockdowns or what have you, and the antics and the circus, all included. It's almost discredited everything Haney has done in the eyes of haters or like, yes, everyone's allowed an opinion, but the thing is you can't discredit this young man. You're praising Ryan Garcia for acting like an idiot, cheating and winning, and you're saying that Haney's finished. Where does he go from here? Da da da. This kid is he's still a child, bro. This guy is still a kid. He's still got long in the game. It's just one loss, and people act like he's done. And we ask these young men, right, and women, to risk their O's, yes, for the financial aspect of it, but also for the fan pleasure and the glory aspect. But then when they do that and then they lose, then everybody is just clowning the loser like they need to retire on that day. If Anthony Joshua retired when he lost against Ruiz, I remember there was an interview with Dave Allen. Dave Allen was like, if Joshua loses for the second time, it's definitely over. And I'm just there like, do you not hear what you're saying? Do you understand what you're saying? This is everything that is wrong with boxing.
It annoys me when people inside the industry say that. Like, again, because they're always saying, you fans don't know shit about boxing. You know what? Sometimes us fans know more, because as fighters themselves say, people like Artur Beterbiev says, I'm not interested in boxing, it's just my job. Well, actually, us fans often know more about the history and trends of the sport than the actual fighters who aren't that interested in it. And how many fighters have there been through history that have suffered bad losses? You want to talk about getting knocked down 3 times. Well, Carlos Monzon, I think his first world title eliminator, he got knocked down 3 times. He was humiliated. He came back, become one of the greatest middleweights ever. Yeah? So what? 3 knockdowns. I mean, didn't Vlad Klitschko get knocked down 3 times by Sam Peter? And that's when he was champion.
No, do you know what his problem was, Ra? Devin's problem was that he didn't fight the fight that they trained for. He just said, he did, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I can play devil's advocate from the other side in the sense of, yes, he did. He believed his own hype at that time. He believed that he, out against all of the odds and the weight drain and the this and this, he was going to go in there and absolutely do a job on Garcia in the opposite style to what made him great and what made him hard to beat. That's literally it. And it's just one of those things, bro. Like, I really feel like this loss will turn Devin into one of the greatest fighters of this generation. I really want to big up Shakur Stevenson as well. Shakur came out and he was like, mate, I'm not going to kick Devin while he's down. He still fought, after all of these things and all this type of stuff. And this is what I'm saying. Like, are we at a stage where we look down on the quote-unquote good kid that's actually making the weight, doing the training, living the life, and we're praising, like, the bad boy-esque in Garcia? Like, is that...
Yeah, listen, I've got, like you said, for me, the question marks for me are purely now about mentality. I do think a lot of fighters, as you said, they come over their first big setback. It might even take them some time to get over it, but if they do, it will forge their mental strength better for greatness later on. I mean, I've got no doubts in my mind that if if Devin keeps doing what he's been doing, i.e. looks for the big fights, he'll probably lose again in the next couple of years. I won't be surprised if his next couple of fights he doesn't look good. Just like AJ didn't look good for a good couple of years. But I think when Devin comes out of this, the other side, however long it takes, it might take him 1 fight, it might take him 5 fights, I don't know. But when he comes out of it on the other side, I think he will, if his mindset is right, he will still go on to be one of the greats. And I think he'll probably, even when people have written him off, just as many great fighters have been written off, he'll pull off a tremendous shock win. So yeah, I'm not worried about Devin in terms of ability, even chin. You know, people are saying, "Oh, he's shown he's got a glass chin." Well, wait a sec. Have you seen what Ryan Garcia's left hook has done to other world-class fighters? It's sent them to that zone. Where do you call it? Is it Europa?
Valhalla, the Ninth Gate.
What's that
Asgard.
planet out there on the? Is it one of the moons of Jupiter? Europa, or I don't know. One of them places that guys go when they, when they're really taken out.
When they take that, when they get that soul
Garcia's
band.
left hook. He is leveled guys with that left hook. Yeah, Devin was hurt bad by it, but I don't think there was ever any danger of him getting taken out by a single shot. So no way I don't have no concerns that he's got a glass jaw.
No, but they say he's chinny, right? How can a man who's chinny, arguably there should have been like 5 knockdowns in there, right? How chin? Do you not understand chinny? Chinny is you are susceptible to heavy damage. When I say heavy damage, you're susceptible to heavy damage with a punch, with being punched, flush. So, by that being said, it would be like Price. Price.
Yeah.
You just catch that one sweet spot, pa. Okay.
And he's gone. Yeah.
And he's finished. How many times did Devin's chin did Ryan land that moneymaker, bro? Ryan landed that moneymaker enough times on Devin's chin. You saw from the left side of the right side of his face that it was fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but how are you calling him chinny when he still got up, finished the fight, and took those shots clean? You need to understand what chinny is, man. Like, seriously. Like,
nah, I don't buy it. I think going forward, just draw a line under Devin. I think let him fight Martin. The only the good thing that's come out of this, for once, I think it's fair that he got to keep his world title. Fight is mandatory because Martin isn't as dangerous. One good win, as we've seen, even with Ryan getting clowned for taking the knee, and yet now he's on top of the world. All it takes is one good win, and people forget. So I think that's all Devin needs. So yeah, I think the future's still bright for him. As for Ryan, my views on him is, as I said, I don't rate this win as I don't think it's an authentic win. There's no doubt he's got great talents. Where I see Ryan, he's a huge, huge star, but I don't think he's that serious about legacy because he's had 2 of the biggest fights. And kudos to him for making those fights because of the original so-called 4 kings, he's the only one that's had 2 of them. Kudos to him for that, but they've, as you said, both been at catch weights. So we don't really know how good or bad is he really. He's arguably not as bad as Tank made him look because Tank is really good, but it was at a weight he weren't effective at. But then he pulled this stunt against Devin at another championship weight. So it seems like his most effective weight as it stands is a catch weight, which means he's not really in the picture for any titles. And
no, right. He's just lazy to go to 147. That's all it is. These catch weights, they're like, it's not even like we say these catch weights. Like I'm okay with you fighting them if you're, building yourself or this, or do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like trying to work something out with your coaches or acclimatize to a weight where you're like, okay, do I feel better, more or less, or whatever. But like, it's it's nonsense to just fight your career at the weight at these catch weights. It just doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So go
I
to
agree with you.
147. Go 147. Devin, you go 147. Because these kids, man, the thing is, like, they're huge, right? Like, there was one point Devin was as big. Like Eddie even said, he's as big as Crawford, and he was fighting at 135. Crawford is like at 147 at the time. So I'm like, it's you, and when you're making that transition from 18, 19, 20, 21, your bones, like, you stop growing at 21 apparently, right?
Hmm.
But you can't lose bone weight. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's the fact that you're killing yourself for so long, it just affects everything in your body. It affects punch resistance. It affects your metabolism. Like, bro, like, it's serious stuff to cut weight. When you should have just kind of moved. Because with Tank has the type of body structure where he can float at these weights almost no problem. Because he's like a mini person. Do you know what I mean? Like, his body just acclimatizes to shit. So, it is what it is anyway. But Devin will be back. Haney still to go. Big up Saka, man. Big up you and Ellis. You two, I'm not gonna lie, you guys are my favorites, bro.
What do you think about Garcia? I mean, to me, it looks like I think he'll be in some big fights, but as you said, it looks like they'll just be at these odd catchweight fights. Can't see him challenge. I mean, could he challenge a welterweight champion? Maybe someone like Barrios, probably ain't a big
Uh,
welterweight.
yeah. I think Haney should fight Barrios. I mean, not Haney, sorry. I think Conor Ben should fight Barrios. And then Garcia. What do we see for Garcia, man? Just go to 147 and just do something legitimate. That's all I'm asking. Just give me something. He said that there was an announcement, I think yesterday, that was supposed to be today. I don't know. So we just got to keep our ears on the ground with that one. But yeah, American Riyadh season. His Excellency has decided to make that jump into America.
Hey, how did you know how to say America the Bengali way?
Oh, bro, I love Bollywood movies, man. I love that shit. Just randomly breaking into song has always just been hilarious to me. And yeah, it's a bit of my guilty pleasure. But anyway, His Excellency there with Bud Crawford, aka the Shark Slayer, aka Strap Season. Hashtag no Diddy. Yeah, I'm very excited for this one. Great card. You have fuck me, who have you got on that card? My guy went gone from 168 to 175. No one really wanted to fight him. Couldn't get the big fights. Oh, what a card. You have a
Yeah,
potential dark horse there in Andy Ruiz and Jarrell Miller. You know,
that is some card. But I'm a big Bud
Cruz.
Crawford fan. I think he's far and away the best pound for pound fighter. And yeah,
Cruz,
Madrimov, no pushover. He is. I know not long as a pro, but he's one of these Eastern European or Central Asian guys that had a really long, successful amateur career. Dangerous first fight at 154, considering Bud's not facing an easy guy to test the water. So, yeah, that fight's a banger. And again, kudos to His Excellency, giving the fighters that deserve the big money and the big opportunities. So, yeah, I am really looking forward to that. See how Mel Charlo tried to stick his oar in. He didn't want the fight, make no mistake. He was looking for payment to go back into prison where he's getting the Diddy treatment. Right, get what the Bud Crawford treatment, which, believe you me, is infinitely worse. So, yeah, kudos to the WBA. What I think is an interesting thing that's come out of this, have you noticed how first the WBC in London said they're working in partnership with Riyadh season, now the WBA are, which means when guys like Mel Charlo try and disrupt something they're trying to do, surprise, surprise, the WBA are like, no, we've rejected your application to take your shot.
Ah, man, Charlo needs to chill the fuck out.
Like,
nah,
one by one, the governing bodies, Prince Turkey, he's like, there you go, make sure the right fights happen from now on, and any of these guys that want to get out of their, their prison cell, whatever they're doing, tell them, nah, you get back in there. Let the guys who are actually fighting fight. So, yeah, kudos to them. I mean, really looking forward to that. Bud could be on his way to undisputed at 154. I think that fight between Tszyu and Vergil Ortiz, I mean, that's worth a world title shot in its own.
That's a big, that could be a world title fight there. Brilliant fight. Again, who would you fancy in that fight? I would say on paper Tszyu. Just for being
big up Harry.
Big up Harry Duffy.
Good to see our friend Harry back on the scene now in doing other things. I don't know if we should say on camera. I don't know if he wants us to reveal that, but yeah, welcome back. We missed you, Harry. I hope to see you soon.
He's helping now.
He's helping. Owns everything for however long it lasts. I just wonder. You know what I think? I wonder if Turkey, under the request of the Saudis, have said, you know what? All these decades, people have said the problem with boxing is that there's no single overarching body to control it all. Do you think the Saudis, with the amount of money they've got, are trying to do the unthinkable and actually just say, you know what? Sod all of you, we are going to fucking buy the entire industry and we're going to run it. And this time, all of the guys, you're going to have to fight each other. Yeah? And anyone
I think they're creating like a fight paradise, bro. I think they're creating a mecca of controlled and regulated violence, which for me, and people like me, it, makes me pretty horny, bro. I can't lie. It's incredible. And Turkey, like, the one thing I really like about him is his engagement with the fans. He's on Reddit, of all places, answering fans' questions about boxing. Fucking Reddit. This guy, like, I don't see how you could have an issue with the Turks, bro. Like, he's come in swift with a vengeance and just not playing games whatsoever. I'm hoping I had a special guest. I'm hoping my guy Trill can come through.
All right, first guest. Welcome.
Oh, Trill, dollar bill. Big up my guy, bro. He made it. You just got technical issues there. But yeah, Trill, good to have you on the show.
Trill, do you just need to unmute yourself?
What's going on, my brothers?
Trill, welcome.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. How you doing, my guy?
I'm good.
Perfect timing.
Much love, much respect to you, fellas.
Oh, thank you so much. Trill, how do I refer to you? The commissioner or Trill?
Either one. Either one.
All right, I'll call you the commissioner. You know why?
I appreciate it.
Regal, and if a man like Turkey can call himself His Excellency, then why should you give yourself a title, the commissioner? I like it. The commissioner, what part of the United States are you from?
From Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Massachusetts. Okay.
You already.
A town I have been to many years ago. Don't know if I'll ever go again.
Yeah,
but, yeah. Good to see an Irish American like you paying us a visit. Yeah, Commissioner, tell us. I've always had the impression Americans, the fight fraternity, at least, not necessarily the fans, the fight fraternity feel like they don't like any part of the world infringing on their territory. We see De La Hoya saying, no one's coming onto my turf, blah, blah, blah. We've seen, a lot of the fan base saying, oh, why is Inoue fighting over there? Why is Fury and Usyk? Who cares about that? It's in Saudi Arabia. If it's not in Las Vegas, it ain't shit. What's the views of the hardcore fans and the casual fans in America? What's the vibe?
I think the beef is internal. You know what I'm saying? I think that beef is between promoters. And, as far as turf goes, I think real boxing fans, no matter where you're from, want to see good fights. That's what we want to see. Doesn't matter where they at, because everybody's not flying to Vegas. I know I'm not flying to Vegas for every fight, so I don't care where the fight is, as long as the fight happens. I love certain fighters, but I mostly love boxing. I'm in love with boxing, and I don't care where it is, as long as the big fights are happening. So I think it's basically the promoters, Eddie and De La Hoya and everybody, Frank Warren, everybody is guilty of this. The Al Haymans, everybody, they feel like a little turf war, like this is their block, so nobody can come and infringe on their block, or it'll be an issue. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think that is. It has nothing to do with the fans. Fans sometimes, bandwagon behind the promotional company of the fighters that they like. So that's what you'll see in the comment section. And people, are bored nowadays. So they'll get on Twitter and say anything. Even if they don't believe it, they'll say it. That's just the era and time we're in right now. But
can we give an honorable mention to Bill Haney for just that show and display against Mayweather? That was serious, bro. He said, "F you and you're 50-0. I'm 50-0 in the street." I've not stopped saying that. I'm at work and I'm just like, I'm sorry, but I'm 50-0 in the streets. I can't really help you right now.
He ain't 50-0 in the streets. He's lying because
true. Nah.
He done
I
got
can vouch for him.
He done got
I was there, true. I was there. Okay. He had 25 and I had 25-0, and we just combined it all together.
Nah. We don't took L's in life. You know what? That situation too. If we're I wanted to finish the conversation, then we can hop on the bill. But like I was saying before, I think it's really between the promotional companies. I don't see it really being between like the fans. Fans just get bored and start bandwagoning. But I really think it's really between the promoters. Fans don't care where the fight happens, as long as we get the big fights that we want to see.
You can always tell when Oscar's had a couple of beers, innit? Like you can always he's just no reason.
I'm pretty sure there's people in Golden Boy Promotions that will tell Turki, ignore the boss. He's just the face now. We're the people running it. Same way with Bob Arum. I'm sure at Top Rank people are going to tell Turki, Uncle Bob at 90, he says a few whack things. We're the guys that are really running it.
Bob hasn't said anything, Rob. Bob has been on weed gummies till this day, bro. He went to the Lomachenko fight and has been asleep since.
But Commissioner, I just want to ask you something, and big up my colleague Dave, who's running Punchout Boxing with me. He's helping me out get to all of these shows, including Fury v Usyk. So big up, Dave. Hope you're having a great evening back home while I'm on holiday. Dave doing the work for me while I'm on vacation. But Commissioner, I wanted to ask you, what you said about the turf war between the promoters, etc., etc. I wonder, could there be like other powerful interest groups behind the scenes who will want to try and block any Saudi influence? For example, the gambling industry in Vegas, the television companies, these are seriously powerful people. They're going to say, hey, look, if big fights are going to Saudi Arabia, you know what? What are we going to put on in the casinos at the MGM Grand, etc., etc.? The TV companies are going to say, hey, look, we can't be having fights in Saudi Arabia, which on the West Coast are like 4 a.m. Yeah, we got to get these guys off our turf. Are those powerful interest groups? Are they a factor?
Not really, because people are going to gamble regardless. The people that gamble, they're going to gamble regardless. They're going to place their bets in, and they're going to stay up to watch this regardless. So if the fight is happening no matter where, and they can still bet on it, they're going to make it happen. You know, they're going to bet on the fight regardless. So I really think it's just promote. Even if you get De La Hoya, right? And you say, and it has happened, you say, De La Hoya will pay you X, Y, and Z to have your fight here in Dubai. You don't think De La Hoya is going to put on a Golden Boy card in Dubai? Yes, he will. You give him the money, you give Top Rank the money, give Bob some money and say, hey, we're going to put on a fight over here in Saudi Arabia. You down? You know what I'm saying? The money, right? Yeah, we're going to put on a fight out there, you know? Just the same way with Eddie Hearn. No matter, they're going to follow the money. At the end of the day, money talks and the BS walks, you know? They're going to follow.
Yes, indeed. Just on that first Riyadh season card well, how are you and the fight fans, the boxing fraternity? Are you guys as wetting your pants like me and Ricco are?
No, did he?
I can't wait. Shout out to my fellow co-host, my brother Caden. You know, I rep the Boxing Bros. Shout out the community as well. I know when I seen this card, right? I said, "Is this Christmas came early?" Right? I said, Christmas came early. This is what we're doing. This is what cards should look like. You know, this is what cards should look like. Nobody will be with. I remember when the money came out for how to pay for the Devin fight here. It was, I guess, it was $80 here. You know, when I first seen it, and then I'm looking at the undercard, I'm like, this is not worth no $80. This card right here is worth $100 easy. You know, even more. I think this is amazing how they did it. You know, I think this is amazing, and this is how all fight cards should be. They're just teaching you how to do it. You know, teaching you how to do it. I thought this was amazing.
It is a fantastic card.
I'm
a big Bud Crawford fan.
The card is so beautiful that it seems fake. You know, it seems fake.
It's when sometimes, you know, they say if something seems too good to be true, it usually is. But
not with Nav.
No,
but
His
lads.
I
kept
not with Turk.
I kept refreshing the page, thinking that it was a joke, or reading the comment sections, like thinking that this was a joke. No, this is really going down.
Now, when he dropped the promo pics with Bud, I was like, this guy can just do no wrong. He can do no wrong. If he brings back the World Boxing Super Series, I might just have to move there, bro. I might just have to just be like, fuck it, you know, because what do I need York Hall when I'm getting Bud Crawford in Saudi Arabia? Sorry.
Indeed. Can we just go to our viewers' questions? Abbas, who does the great show, the Weighing In show, every Tuesday, but he wants to ask you, Commissioner, what's your views on the pay-per-view prices in the USA? I feel they're paying constantly, and I know it's been ongoing for a long time. When I spoke to your colleague Caden when he was on our show, I did actually say, I think Americans
Caden's his brother.
More. But I think Caden didn't get my British humour. He thought I was digging into you guys. But
right, you were moving mad.
Caden, that's my baby brother, real life, you know.
All right. Oh, cool. Big up to Caden, and Boxing Bros, great show. So fans, check them out for views from America. But pay-per-view.
The pay-per-view.
We wouldn't pay that. So what's up with that? Is that just standard?
I think that the pay-per-view prices here are insane. Mm-hmm. And I think that they're taking advantage of the boxing community here. Because we love boxing so much. And I talk crap, right? I talk crap about the undercards, and I'll be like, oh, this fight is not worth it. But at the end of the day, what do I end up doing? Ordering the fight. And they end up getting me every time, you know, with these crappy cards, these crappy undercards. I remember back in the days, we used to have some good undercards. That's why we end up discovering the Zab Judahs and the Floyds and stuff, because they was under the Mike Tyson undercards and stuff like that. These was big fights at the time. You know, the Sugar Shane Mosley undercards, Roy Jones undercards. They was some good undercards back in the days. So you wouldn't mind spending your money. Now it's like you gotta, you know, you thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? It gets to the point where you might want to bootleg the fight, because that's what a lot of people are doing now. They bootlegging the fights now because it's getting outrageous, because you're trying to sell us crap, right? For top dollar. You know, it'll be fair. Be fair with us, you know. But I totally agree. It's I just feel like they're just taking advantage of
They're taking the piss, bro. They're taking the piss out of you lot, bro. Because $80 every week, right? That's what,
exactly.
8, 16, 24, $320 a month, times that by 12. Bro, like, it's different because I like when you start to actually interview fighters or engage, it's hard not to build a relationship with them because it's their job and they're getting beat up in the ring, and you will, buy the fights and support the fights. I think all hardcore fans who have strong opinions online should obviously be investing in buying the fights 1,000,000%. Um, it's just with you guys. First of all, I don't feel sorry, and I'm going to tell you why. It's for a selfish reason, because I have to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. Trill knows this, and we've done lives together, and I'm like, bro, fuck this shit, bro. We're there 4, 5 a.m. in the morning, me and Trill just there like, nah, bro, I'm done with this, Trill. I'm not doing it. But I still do because, I'm a little bit crazy and I love boxing. You have to be a bit crazy to love this sport, I think. But it's tough on the common man's dollar, bro. Like it's just not right. And the thing is, that's just one promotional company that might do that. Then you have like maybe what if there's a clash and then you have to buy this one, and have two screens in your. It's just too much, man. But I feel like His Excellency is coming like Moses, bro.
They make you buy these apps. So yeah, you gotta pay to subscribe to the app, and then they want to throw another price to pay to watch a fight on the app.
Fucking bullshit. It's like, nah, man. Come on. It's good.
Yeah. Right, Ricco, as you know, I do have to wrap things up in 15 minutes. So if our producer can put the link in the chat, if any of our viewers want to get on, ask the commissioner views, please make use of him. We don't often get guests from America, especially
Mr. Styles.
not ones as knowledgeable as the commissioner about the US boxing scene. So I do like to get views from over there. So if anyone wants to join, please do.
Just to answer the Mr. Styles' question, Ricco Ra and Commissioner, do you think Terence will become a 3-division world champion?
Do you think he'll be
he
a
already
3-division champion?
If I'm not mistaken, he already is. I think he was a champion at 35.
Before 35, 40,
35, 40.
So he'll be going.
I think you mean, welcome, Mr. Styles. I think you meant a 3-division undisputed champion. Is that what you meant?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
I think absolutely yes. And I've been telling everyone this, boring everyone. I say the quickest way for him to get that is to get the fight with Canelo, because I think he will beat Canelo at 168. But we won't go into that today because that fight's a long way off from being.
Lee said he loves you.
At 154, I think he's good enough to beat everyone and beat the brakes off all of them. But it depends whether His Excellency can make the politics work. But I'm inclined to think, yes, Bud will be a 3-division undisputed champ. And if I had my way, he'd be a 4-division undisputed champ. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Commissioner, you're the American. You know best. Mm-hmm. What's your views?
Nostradamus.
I think that he could. He could at 154 be undisputed if the politics allow that to happen within a time frame that's good for Bud, because I don't see Bud sticking around that much longer. I think we got like 2 more years of Bud, if that, and they got to be active years. If we try to do 1 fight a year thing, that's gonna really, I really feel like Bud is looking just to get a couple of dollars. You know, if he can get a mega fight, fine. You know, but I think Bud is really starting to look out the door right now. You know,
Yeah.
and this is just a opportunity for him to grab another belt in another weight class. But he can't. This is a tough guy. This is a tough guy, and he's gonna have to. And we're gonna see if age is a factor. I still think Bud's gonna pull off, but are we gonna see little things as far as we're gonna be like, all right, cool. Now we understand it's time for Bud to, think about,
kind of like leaving, like kind of like he's like almost like out the door kind of thing, but respectfully because he's like starting to.
Yeah. Because time. You gotta understand, when was the last time he fought?
Had to have been sometime last year.
Spence.
You see what I'm
saying? Yeah, against Eros. No, and I agree because the reason why I asked, because I see someone like was it the fighter who fights at bantamweight who calls himself the Monster, what's his name?
Anyway.
Yes, because reason why I asked that is because I saw what he did in 18 months. He became undisputed world champion in another weight class. He moved up after winning the bantamweight world titles, so that's why when I see someone like Crawford, I'm like, maybe he could do the exact same thing. I mean, he's already got another title fight, so he could, but like you said, if we do this one fight a year type of thing, and it's not gonna, if he wants to go that route, if he wants to go that status, then he needs to fight more. This one fight a year thing, I think, like you said, he's looking to just cash out as big of a payday as he can. And then just
that's not fair. That's not his fault. It's not his fault.
No, I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm not saying it's his fault at all. It's like the commissioner said. It's politics. That's what people don't like. Who just look at it from the outside in, and like you comment, but realistically, if you really just look at it, all it is at the end of the day is politics. I mean, think about it. Like, for example, the upcoming Katie Taylor Amanda Serrano rematch, right? Amanda Serrano said after that first Katie Taylor fight, she wanted to fight at 12 3-minute rounds and all that stuff, and that's why WBC stripped didn't want to sanction her fights, because they weren't going to sanction all of her fights at that round. She's like, you know what, I'll vacate that title there and all my fights from now on. So when they were making the arrangement for her and Katie, she's like, I want to fight at 12 rounds, but it's like, well, wait a minute. You lost that fight. You don't get the right to demand. You can ask, but realistically, if for Katie's sake, he's like, look, I'm looking to cash out too. I won my second undisputed title, but I'm also looking to cash out as well. So if you want to fight me, you got to fight me at this weight. You got to fight me at this, these rounds.
Katie's the champion. So if she's,
but that's what I'm saying. Katie held all the cards.
And not only that, so she's moving up to 140, bro, from fighting at super feather.
No, and I get it, but at the end of the day, it's like we're saying, it's all money, it's all politics. And if you just removed that one little bit of aspect, that one little bit of politics or whatever out of it for a second, just focused on what the fans want to see. They want to see all these fights. They want to see all these high profile matches. But at the end of the day, we're not going to, because and like the commissioner said, money talks and bullshit walks. That's just how it is. Like, that's just the world we live in.
Mr. Styles, no, we don't live in that world anymore. Okay, we have moved on now. Yes, because I'm going to tell you why. The boxing version of a Messiah has rolled through. I say rolled through. Like,
I thought you were going to say Raw was that Messiah for a second.
Bro, like, he's just come in like Superman, bro. He's literally playing like NFL manager or whatever, like where you guys play with real life people. The Turk is literally saying you, and he's telling fighters, no, bro. Like, if you want this money, this is what we've never had this before.
Like we were saying, the money talks and BS walks.
Love it. Yeah. Look at Wilder. Do you know what? The most full moment in the whole of boxing history has to be Deontay Wilder being Eddie Hearn's captain in a tournament against Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn's biggest. You can't make this up. Boxing is just...
and that's understandable. I mean, like, and to point out, I mean, look at the person we've talked about a few times who hasn't fought in a long time, Andy Ruiz. He's now coming out of like he's going to be fighting. Like, he's going to be fighting on that same card, is he not?
Yeah, against
So
Miller.
so it's like he hasn't fought. He's been inactive for. When was the last time he fought?
Bro, that's his own fault. That's his own business. No one told him not to fight.
Nah, but he had things going on, stuff with promotional company, the stuff with
True, he was saying no to the offers. At a certain point in time, you have to take what a offer or bounce the contract in some
also got what you worth. You know what you worth. Sometimes you know what you worth.
What's he worth?
He's a former unified champion. He beat Anthony Joshua, so that's his worth right there. He can hold that card.
He beat AJ. He beat AJ 8 years ago. 8 years ago, he beat AJ.
It still happened.
It still happened. Doesn't matter. It still happened.
I'm not living off yesterday's meal, bro. Okay, boxing is.
Okay, but he still holds that card.
What have you done for me lately? And lately, he holds about 65% in the negotiations. Andy Ruiz, every single bit of momentum that he's ever had, he's fucked it up. Every single bit of momentum. He'll fight. I actually put a tweet out, and the tweet was, who's more active, a solar eclipse or Andy Ruiz? Right, and I got more solar eclipses than the other one.
Yo, but you got to understand, you got to tap in with Andy Ruiz. You'll find out that the brother was going through a lot of things in his personal life. You know what I'm saying? That affected the boxing life. The stuff that he was going through with his kid's mother, the court system, stuff he was going through. The brother was going through a lot. You know what I'm saying? So that's why these fights didn't happen. Like I'm trying to tell you, like Mr. Styles was alluding to, when it comes to making these big fights, there's a lot that goes into it behind the scenes. You know,
I know that. Honestly, I do.
Wants a little piece. Everybody wants a piece, right?
To make call out videos.
It's like, say for example, you know what I'm saying? I'm the plug. Do you know? Right?
Commissioner, can I just ask you something?
Mr. Styles wants something, but he goes to Ricco, and he says, I might want something. So he says, okay, I'm gonna holler at my man Rob. Rob gotta holler at me. So now I give Rob what he wants. He takes his little piece off the top. Ricco gets what he wants, takes his little piece off the top, and then we try to give it to Styles. And Styles got to go, like, man, is he going to take it or is he not? Because of the price. You know what I'm saying? So
I get it.
It is. And that's why sometimes we don't get these fights.
But if you're calling out fighters throughout the duration of all of that happening, that to me says that you are still able to fight if you're still making those call-outs, bro. I get all of that, bro. We all have issues in life. We all have things that we go through or whatever. But at a certain extent, I still have to go to work. You know?
Okay,
like, you have to go to work.
So then, Ricco, let me ask you, like, if you think, and okay, people can. What was that?
You can't just go to work in boxing. Because you don't play boxing, Ricco.
I get it.
Boxing, Ricco.
I get it. I absolutely.
Or when something goes wrong, you go back on the court. You can dribble and you got things going on in your mind and your personal life. You step in this ring, you can lose your life.
That's why they say any form of combat sports, like I think like 90% mental and like 10% physical.
Exactly.
You know, because broken bones can heal. You only got one of this, and that takes a hell of a long time to recover in any aspect of any sport.
I'm not saying don't take time to sort it out and recover, but when it's like 2-3 years, like,
how are we gonna tell somebody how long it takes for them to get through some mental stuff? Who are we?
Come on, Trill, come on. Okay, then go do something. What do you mean?
Somebody how much it takes to grieve? People don't know family members in this.
I know, but you have to always get back on the horse.
Never heard. Look at all these other fights that lost their trainers or lost their grandfathers. That was their trainers. Look at the Jarrell brothers. Look at all this stuff that happened when they done lost people close. They're not the same. And then you try to rush in there to go win the fight, and then you lose. And then with the boxing people going to say you lost
because you know why they do that. You know why they do that, Commissioner. You know why they do that, but you know why they do that, Commissioner. A lot of those times, the people who go through that mental aspect is at the end of the day, they have to feed the people that are in their families. They have, so unfortunately they have, it's like their hands are physically tied, so they have no choice but to take these fights when they're dealing with like, okay, I could take the time off and recover mentally and focus on myself, but at the end of the day, I got mouths to feed. So unfortunately, so they go into these fights, they go into these big things, and a lot of times, sometimes it can pay off. But at the end of the day, it can also massively backfire, and a lot of times it has massively backfired.
And you're right,
for these guys.
Mr. Steph. A lot of these fighters do, like Floyd was alluding to in the interview, a lot of these fighters do live check to check.
Yeah.
Lads, Raw obviously does have to go in a bit, but I just want to say to you guys, thank you so much.
Raw, where are you? You say you're on holiday. Where are you at?
I am in sunny Morocco. Yeah. So
very nice. Very nice.
Never miss an opportunity to flex. So yeah, been enjoying this. So I hope you guys aren't too cold over in Britain and Canada, which I know can get pretty cold. I don't know if it's like.
I got a good sweater thing to keep me warm. Hold on a second. Let me show you. Hold on. Wait, hold on.
I bet it's got like human skin on
well,
it.
you're right up on the Atlantic, aren't you, Commissioner? So.
You see that?
Oh yeah, that will keep you warm at.
Yeah.
She'll keep you warm at night. Yeah.
And she's from England too. She's from England too. That girl's on the shirt. Ricco, remember I sent you the photos. Remember?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Gents, I do need to go. It's been a pleasure. Very fascinating. Commissioner, can we get you on again? You and Caden. Caden ain't annoyed with me, is he? I don't know if he doesn't get my British humour, but you'll get used to it. We need more of you Americans. I still maintain.
I would love to talk to Commissioner again. You're cool. You're cool as hell.
I do think you guys have a different sort of knowledge of the sweet science. So yeah,
I honestly I've said this many a time, but Trill, Caden, rest in peace to the good brother G man, love you, bro. Mm-hmm. Ned, I started watching them years ago, and I actually accredit to everything I'm doing now, to the boxing bros, 1,000,000%. Definitely my inspiration. So whenever I do content with Trill, and Trill and I have luckily become friends and quite close. So yeah, man, I just want to big up you, big up Caden. Glad to see the content's flowing through, bro. And yeah, can't wait to do more shit and talk more shit.
I appreciate your brothers, man. Thank you for having me, man. I can't wait to tap in with y'all again. Much respect.
My guy.
Gents, we'll talk to you soon. Look out for our content. Like, comment, and subscribe to all of us.
Oh, also, quick word from our sponsors. Really quick. For D-Rock Clothing, please, go onto the website. The promo code is iBoxingHub 24. Yeah, 24. The likes of my guy Johnny Nelson, Joseph Parker, soon to be Chris Congo. All of us. Yeah, we just stay dripped out. Big up to Mr. Jams over there. And yeah, that's 40% off a purchase. So please go and spend some dinero on Premier Clothing. And shout out to Romney, the clothing's owner. So yes, we come to the end of another episode. God bless everybody. Take care. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which isn't that much. And yeah, we'll see you next Thursday. Peace.
Good night, all.
Good night.
It's another bang. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. I start my cards with a sweet one, please.